Hello, I am zOrg and welcome to the world's biggest Minecraft build project. It is a 100 million block library. Currently the building itself is 50% complete, roughly, and the whole build is only 1% complete, since the block count would be over 1 billion when completed. Now this is the front of the library, which is around 500 blocks in length and in width, and the length is 1000 blocks. I will quickly show you the manor over here first before we get into the actual build. Now, a neat little fact, the grounds alone, when I say grounds I mean the 1 layer thick grass, which is the ground floor for the outside, would be collectively over 1 million blocks. Something has happened since I am on 1.8 and this map is converted from my other computer, so I am running in a 1.5.2 and the texture pack isn't working, so I am in normal texture pack and it's a little bit broken, but I mean it does look terrible, but just for the scale of things, oh, it does look terrible. Don't worry about the detailing. We'll quickly go to the front. So it is quite nice. It has I think 10 towers. It sort of goes in and out and around, and there's a beacon, some beacons, a 5 domed roof thingy, which kind of looks cool. Let's look at it from down here. I mean, it's okay when it's complete. It looks a bit like Malfoy Manor and such. We'll go down here. This is the underground floor here, and then further down is some books. I think 136,000 books, if I can remember correctly, if we go over to the main place. I have started a massive maze over here. We'll quickly look at that. A round maze. That does look quite awesome. Yeah, I really like that. Let's quickly go to the building itself. This kind of design and inspiration is from the Library of Congress itself, which is kind of what this is based off, although this has 3 times the amount of books, even though that is the world's biggest library, so this is 3 times the size of the world's biggest library in real life. There is no lighting in here. I no longer have my single player commands, which is what I used clearly, because this is impossible by hand, but it's okay. So this is the main foray. Foray, is that a word? What did I mean to say? I think there's another variant of lobby, but I'm clearly not English enough to remember. Here's a nice big dome for the window, and all the way down here is some more books, and a big ender portal, which is nice. We will go down there shortly. I will quickly go to the back room, which is a nice long hallway, which would contain of 3.6 million books, if I remember correctly. And I have done a mirror effect with the floor, so you can see that shadow there, but I've obviously actually put that in down there, so that looks quite nice. And here's the thing itself. I mean, I'm quite happy with it. It would look good when it's complete, but that's come to a standstill due to no longer having single player commands. I believe there's 6 rooms in total. I will be. I don't know how many I've got so far. I think 4. This is called the drop, and on these different layers would be all the books. I will show you something that is complete though, which is called the spiral, just over here. With a nice little domey thingy above that, and here it is. It's 7 layers with a stage at the bottom, with a middle elevator thingy and just round books, and some lecture halls. I think I've only started 1. Yeah, I've started 1 with a big round balcony bit and some chairs. I have hidden some books around the place, chests, with diamonds, since I did plan on having some sort of an adventure map with, I think, 100 diamonds to find. Here is the bottom lecture hall down there. It's kind of cool. I have the W signatures everywhere. Here's just the western corridor. I mean, it's quite nice. The ceiling's of course not done at all. There's a bridge there linking the top catwalks of the domey things. There is toilets on either side of these, and a cafe that shall be over there, and these are the reception desks. And here is a quad that I've started. I'm not completely happy with it, but I will quickly show what there is so far. It looks even worse than in a good texture pack, so it's clearly nothing special as of yet. But there will be a massive caretaker's tower house, which I have planned to make. I don't know how many blocks there is so far, perhaps over 1 million blocks, over 10 million blocks. I have hand painted the nether, and I will go look at there. Ooh, I think there's like 100,000 ender chests in there though. That might be laggy. We will quickly take the elevator trip down. The first room, well, the lobby circle there, and the first room under here, along with the archive. I just thought of this sort of design of having these sort of what are they called, sort of cart systems to get around the place instead of stairs and such. There is a rail cart around the whole place. Here's the first room, which I think is 1 million blocks alone. I think so. Yep, I think I've done 1 million blocks there, so perhaps I have more like 2 million blocks. And if we come down here, there is a nice lounge area that I've started as well. Bear in mind, it would look much better with the correct texture pack. Here's just a nice lounge area that I've started that is nowhere near completed. I like these sort of things, but I did want it all to be underwater like this, but you can't really see through it, so I'm torn between which one to have. There is just a random thingamabobby here that flips up. I don't know why I did that. I probably was just in the mood. We have to try to get that down to the archive room, and here is the archive, which is quite huge. I think there is actually 1 million books in here. That goes all the way down there. I did it over a year ago. I started this build, I think, actually at the beginning of 2013. Oh, there might be 1 million, there might be 5 million. It's definitely 1 million or 5 million. I will just go with 1 million. So this room is going to be, of course, the largest room, as it's been the archive. 50 million books in total. Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. This goes like 1 billion blocks that way. Yeah. I suppose I could just go down it all and time-lapse it really quick, if people do like to see mass amount of books. Let's do that. Were to have 10 million books at the manor house, and 50 million in the archive, 1 million there, 3 million in the hall of books at the back, and I think 1 million books in the nether. And I did want to do some nice under rooms, which takes up all of the bottom of the map underneath the hall of books at the back, so it's at the back kind of. And I think I wanted 5 million books there, 10 million. I don't even know if that adds up to 100 million. Like, 100 million is more than you'd think. 1 billion blocks is definitely more than you'd think. And this may be laggy. Really laggy. I'm so sorry. Oh, it's perfectly fine. Kind of. So here's my hand-painted nether that just alternates between netherrack and soul sand, which looks a lot better than normal. And I've just done a little bit of this. We'll go up there actually in a second. I've just used these bits that were already here, and I've done a nice thingamajig down there. I'm lost for words of what to say because I'm zooming so quickly I can't think of what all these things are actually called, even though they're quite easy words to remember. I think it's just sort of a corridor. I don't know how I forgot that word. So, and here's a nice ceiling-y thing that I've started, because I wanted to make the nether quite amazing. Yeah, here's my wall of ender chests, which really will get laggy. I'm not joking either. Oh god, that's laggy. And they have maps inside, which is, I think, I've forgotten now. I'm sorry. It's been weeks. It's been months, perhaps. Oh come on. It's 100. Blah blah blah. I think 150 million. 150 million maps there. 100,000 ender chests, and it goes all the way down that way as well. So let's get out, because that really does lag things all around in the stuff. I didn't know ender chests would lag that much. That's really a problem. But if I wasn't recording, it may be fine, but most likely not even fine whilst not recording. But I did want to add paper, or whatever it's called, maps, to the world as well, to make it more realistic, because famously in the Library of Congress, the world's biggest library in real life, there is in fact millions of maps. I think they have the largest collection of maps in the world. They also, a fun fact, have started collecting every tweet ever tweeted. Tweeted. Yeah, that sounds weird. And I think they said they were up to something like 50 million tweets. So they archive that digitally, and I think they said something about having digital tapes of every book as well. I think their archive is something along the lines of 32 million books total, or 33 million of this time of now. It was 32 when I last checked, but they do get in millions of books a year, or thousands at least, hundreds of thousands. I've rambled on for long enough, I do so think. That's the library of now. It looks much better in the texture pack. It's barely completed at all, and it's already the world's biggest library, that is for sure, and one of the biggest buildings I've seen, 500 by 1000, along with the manor over there, 150 by 300, and as I said, over 2 million books, over 10 million blocks. I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope you enjoy the scale of things. I mean, look at the people there, and then the building. I think it's 90 blocks high, something along those lines. It looks quite good from ground level. But anyhow, let's get off this 1.5 with no texture pack. I'm going to cry and just jump in the pool. I missed the 1.8 with John Smith texture pack already. Let's leave this place. Thank you. Goodbye.